Alright, can you hear me? Hello, testing. 1, 2. Looks pretty clear on the levels. I think I'm going to drop the music down just a little bit further so I'm louder. Let's see here. Make myself louder. How's that? How's this sound? Testing 1, 2. There's a nice delay. Alright, cool. I'm gonna get to playing with some electricity. Alright, so let's see, what can you see? Alright. I built this thing earlier. It's 2 testing devices in one. It's not my idea. But it's designed so I can get voltages across the resistors pretty easily. Like I'll basically put this between the power supply and the individual modules, and I'll be able to get voltage drop between from one module to the other, etc. I also, on this side, really sketchy way to do this, but I made it so I can basically plug this into the case, and this end, I'll plug the wall wart into this end, and then I can put my multimeter in between and get an amp draw pretty easily there. So I think I'm going to start with that just to see if anything funny is happening with the top case, and it's so sketchy to do. So plug that in, get that nice and situated, and try not to touch the exposed contacts. Plug that in, and let's see, let's make sure that's on. Something is not happy. Oh, right, because I don't have anything connecting these two. So let's do that real quick. Let's see if I remember right. I did it backwards, so I think it should go this one here, and this one here. Oh yeah, sparks and lights, cool. Can you see that? Hey! Let me do this. There we go. But not quite. So now the top row is lit up, and the let's adjust that just a little bit. Multimeter's on camera, cool, alright. So power's going through the multimeter. Let's go to 10 volts. And that's about what I saw earlier. If I'm reading that right, the top case itself with all the modules on, most of the things plugged in and blinking and all that, are drawing about 0.38, 0.39 amps, I think. Which is about what I expect, because there's not a lot going on. There's 3 Arduino Nanos, and I think those only draw like 0.17 amps or something really low, so those are probably taking up the majority of that. Are they Macbeth clones? I don't know what that means, so maybe. I didn't design them. A lot of them are Cosmo or Look Mom No Computer modules designed by Sam. I say designed, but he probably found a strip board layout that he liked and then made the PCBs himself after doing some modifications, like adding the tuner, and I particularly like the on the oscillators. I really love the octave switch here to switch between 4 octaves. That makes some really nice stuff. So it's still 0.38. I can see it's pretty wobbly, like well, let me hit stop for a second, just hit one note. You can see it's supposed to be on one note, and it's going pretty crazy. If I turn the audio on that, we'd hear some. Oh, do we have audio from that? I might not be able to hear it because I have the audio pretty low coming through this crappy headset. Hey! Alright, did I post that other thing? I don't think I did. Just a second. Open current. Alright. Let's do that. Cool. Share. Cool. Yeah, it's not a Macbeth. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to try is measuring the voltage drop, I guess. This is something I haven't done, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm going to write stuff down before I go any further. So top case. Top case. Around 0.38. Alright. And so with that, I'm going to actually just switch it off so there's fewer sparks while I plug this directly in. I mean, I guess I could do both, but I'd rather just keep things that can electrify me to a minimum. So turn it back on without this thing in the middle. And these can be pulled. And I'm probably going to try to use these or something like them to connect to the board again. For those of you that missed it, I'm using this little DIY strip board layout to measure the amp draw of the case, which I just did. And because I was worried it was going to draw more than the, I guess, 2 volts. But it seems like it's pretty low draw. So it's probably not the issue as far as the power stability. Next thing I'm going to do is there's this thing, which is sort of its own little thing, and I'm going to connect it between the microbus and individual modules and try to see a voltage drop there. This is going to be a learning experience for me. Let's see what you're saying. Oh yeah, sparks. Yeah, there's there's some sparks when I do some stuff. All right. So I made this extra long funky cable with 2 10 pin connectors because it's easier for me to tell which way around it is. And I'm going to unplug some of this stuff so it's out of my way. Cool. And so I don't lose this thing, plug you back in there, and alright, let's do one side. I have no idea if this will work. This might just fry something. So we'll start with a module that I made because it's really easy to replace stuff since there's not a lot going on. So I'm actually going to move it down to, should I keep it up in that case? Yeah, I think I probably should. So let's stuff you in there all nice and messy. Just because this is the case in question. Then this is going to connect to, well, when it's the right way around. It's going to connect right in here, and alright, we should have power if I plug this in, so let's do it. Let's see. Like Modular Melody says, double check your direction, and probably shouldn't be plugging things in while it's on, but whatever, living dangerously. Alright, so we've got power. Let's leave it like this so I can spin it. Now, let's figure out how to hook up the multimeter properly. Which I think for this one, because I'm measuring voltage, I'm going to switch this back over. I think and we're going to, how should I do this? Voltage drop across a resistor. This is new to me. Let me do a quick Google search so I don't break anything. Hey Alex, yeah, cool. I'm glad the audio is good. I'm gonna actually hit play again because we don't need to hear the audio from this. All right, so let me do a quick Google search here. Measure. Perfect. Let's see how to calculate a voltage. I know how to calculate it. I just want to know what to touch. All right, this is not helpful. Yeah, I've got current flow. Okay, positive, negative, cool. You know what, let's just connect those two and see what happens. So I've got some pins, we will do source here. I believe I want to touch just this pin. Whoa. And then this one, I want to touch the other pin. See what happens. I go to voltage. Nothing. Okay. Alright, so none of that is what I want. It should be pretty low, so less than 20. So, what am I doing wrong? Maybe it's pretty low. No? Alright, so what's next? Oh, it's not on, that's why. Ah, haha, we have numbers. Alright, cool. 0.146. I don't know, I should write that down, huh? When I let go, it should go back to 0. Cool. Let's do dial up. 0.146 V. Alright, and that's across that top rail. Let's try, that was positive. There shouldn't be any negative drop on this one because there's no connection to the negative, so I'm just gonna pull this. I don't want to cause any more sparks. Turn this off for a second. And then we're going to see if I did that right. Yeah, the dial is pretty good. Oh yeah, I turned the tune pretty low just because, I don't know. That's the SEO2 keeping us entertained. Alright, now I'm going to unbolt. Let's do this with... I guess you're pretty handy right now, so I might as well use this one. Let's unplug you and move you down here. Well, one thing at a time. By the way, here's the back, since I have it out. The back of the dial-up. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm hoping. Let's see. Lower. Can you see that? Let me check the camera. Oh yeah, when I'm not in the shadow you can see it. There's not much going on. The way it works is there's two little things that basically separate every time it's clicking, which is what creates that pulse, and I just basically wired those to these so they connect each other when it's not spinning, and when it's spinning, every time it disconnects the pulse, it interrupts the whatever signal you have. And then these, I figured out these wires do kind of the opposite. Whenever the dial is rotating or held rotated, these two wires complete a circuit. So I did a really bare bones LED wire up, so at least something lights up when it's happening, right? So that's the entirety of the magic of the dial-up machine. I did not invent this. Simon the Magpie inspired this thing, but it came out pretty nice for a like $10 eBay purchase that came with just the dial and like a broken phone, which I'll probably turn into a microphone at some point. But for now, I'm leaving it a safe distance away. And the Simon's, or the dial's pretty rad. I have a lot of fun with that thing. You just got to figure out the right number for whatever tempo you're at. 6 is pretty good though. I don't know how much people want to see me dial 666 a bunch, but so far nothing bad has happened. Okay, we have LFO. Crank that up so it's nice and flashy. And get those out of the way. Let's connect things again. Hot. I should really remove that pin because it shorts if I accidentally touch it. Okay, well, something made smoke right there. I think I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use the actual resistor because then there's no risk of me shorting and making more smoke. Okay, that should be better, more reliable. All right, 0.21. Dial it in. I've actually got some pretty cool. Anyway, that's a story for a different day. Not gonna get into it. For now, I'm just gonna write stuff down. So this is module is this. This is the oscillator or LFO. Okay. 0.22 probably. All right. So I'm just gonna leave those there instead, because then I don't have to worry about like creating shorts all over the place again. And I'm gonna keep plugging these back in because if I unplug too many, the oscillators perform normally, which is what I don't want. So let's pull, which one of you is misbehaving the most? Well, let me hit pause real quick. I'm on the wrong thing. I just want one note. Looks like you're the lucky oscillator. I'll just remove this because it's in the way. And hey, are you too big for the? Oh, well, let's get a different screw head. This should work. There we go. All right. I'm not talking that much because I don't want to drop screws, but I guess I can talk about the wooden rail system and its pros and cons. Wooden rails are very inexpensive as far as fiscal cost, but as far as time put into them and reuse, I think they'll end up having a sunk cost the longer I use them. Because if I strip holes or put the hole in slightly the wrong spot, or if two modules have holes that don't line up, it can be kind of problematic. All right, so problem oscillator. Let's plug you back in with this one. Ooh, I almost fried it right in front of you. So, on this beautiful oscillator, it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of functions, including a built-in tuner. But it's also got two box jacks that look nearly the same, and in really light, small white writing above this one, it says, "This is not a power." This one's going to be used for a link for, I don't know, a future module. And really, I should tape over it or put something in the way so I don't accidentally plug it in like I almost just did in it. Because I've done it before, it will for sure fry this TLO74, and that's about it. Sometimes it makes the Arduino unhappy and I have to reload the software for the tuner, but as far as things that fry, that's a pretty easy fix. So we're going to plug it into the right socket, the correct socket, and it should just light up. All right. Let's check the comments. All right, later, Alex. All right, so Forestine, what we're troubleshooting is my top case misbehaving, specifically these three identical oscillators after an indeterminate amount of time start getting wobbly, like they don't hold the note. You can actually see it really well right here. If I turn the audio up on it, you'll hear sort of a wobbly note, almost as if there's a really fast, not really fast, but a faster LFO, which ultimately when all three are doing that and I'm trying to play something where they're sort of in a unison mode or something, it sounds super bad and detuned. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of why this is happening. Other folks have had similar issues, and somebody else on the forums had decent luck with swapping out a particular resistor, and I can show you that resistor. It's resistor R, I think 42. Yeah, this one right here. It's a 220R resistor, but on this one, I tried something and replaced it with a 1K, and it did not stabilize it really, although it seems to be stable right now. Like I said, this is a mysterious gremlin. So I'm trying to just get a baseline. If I measure some voltages across these modules, I should be able to, at least when comparing to other folks, figure out if something's wrong with the module itself. Yeah, it's intermittent. Drives me crazy. And like, I don't think it's related to the buffered multiple, but that could be something. I'm pretty sure I tested this, but let's find out. Yeah, it still looks pretty wobbly. I'm going to turn my speakers on. I hope you don't hear feedback, just so that I can hear some things. And you're not connected to anything, so let's plug you in, turn the volume on, and I believe this is off. Let's see, what are you going to? This. Should be sound coming out of that one. What am I doing wrong? That's up, that's up. This is going out to you. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh yeah, too loud. Let me, yeah, it's more stable right now. I don't know why, because there's a sketchier hookup and there's just as many things connected, so there's that. Yeah, I don't want spoopy organs all the time. That's for sure. It just sounds so good when everything's working. Oh, if I turn that off, that's off already. Okay, cool. I just don't want extra sound sources right now. Oh, and I made some more short cables yesterday. Okay, so let's go back to you. Let's measure you. We're connected. Let's see. Whoops, wrong one. 20.69. So, voltage control oscillator. We're going to put you as number 3 as 0.69 volts. Nice. Just going to leave that one there for a minute. Oh, let me adjust that so you can see better. Let's see. It needs to be up just a hair. There. A little better. Okay. So I'm going to turn my speaker back off because that's a hum I don't need in my life right now, and turn the music back on. And do I put you back in or not? I think not just yet. And let's pull another one off. Let's do number 3 or 1. Let's do number 1. Actually, let's connect that again just to double check that weird stuff is happening. Alright, let's listen to just your output. The speaker's on. Alright, can you see why this is driving me crazy? Because now it seems to be working pretty perfectly. Oh yeah, Quantizer. I just built the gnarliest Quantizer and it doesn't work yet. But since you're programming one, this is what it looks like. It's by Analog Output, Richard Holmes, open source, all the stuff if you want to make one. And it's using this DAC Eno board, which is sort of a generic multi-purpose sort of synth boardy thing. But this one was really gnarly to make because it has all these, like, I don't know what to call them, like resistor crowns on the switches. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like all of the switch pins are connected to each other via with a 10K resistor, so that, I believe it's 10K, it might be 1K. Yeah, it's 1K. So that when you're going up through this, the voltage it's sending to, or the current it's sending to the Arduino is stepped, and then the Arduino can pick the scale of your choice to sort of quantize the voltage coming into it. So far I've got the code loaded up. I tested it for the first time this morning and no output, so I'm guessing there's probably a really minor wire screw up somewhere, but I'll mess with that a different day, like one thing at a time. But because you were saying you're programming scales, that's something I also need to do with it, because I think there's only like 2 scales that it comes with, and it's capable of 12 times 6 scales. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so let's pull this one out. just to compare. I know I'm going to do all three, why not? Because they've been driving me crazy, and it's not like it's extra work, as long as I don't strip the screws. Ooh. Right, speakers are still on. There we go. Another thing about wooden rails, like they're just, to get them the right size is kind of a pain, because they need to, especially that middle rail, be skinny enough, well, be wide enough that two modules can connect to it reliably or be mounted to it, and skinny enough so that the circuit boards or jacks or whatever fit. And that is where it's kind of hard. I actually ended up sort of custom doing these ones myself, and again I almost plugged it in the wrong spots. Okay, you're back working, and should be. Alright, so VCO 1 is also 0.69 volts. There's nothing funny there. Now let's try the one I modified to try to fix the wobble and see if that one's any different. It seemed to bounce between 0.6, I'm gonna leave it in just a second to make sure it's stable at 0.69. Yeah, I can't wait to use this Quantizer. I've been sitting on it because like I soldered up the PCB in like an hour or something, but that wiring probably took me most of a day. That's a good idea, Forrestine. I think at this point I'm going to measure a few more modules and then maybe make some music, because they seem to be behaving, so might as well take advantage of it. But yeah, I should record, just leave it on for an hour and record it and skip through and analyze some segments, compare them, see if I can identify like does it wobble when the heater's on or something goofy like that. Like maybe the power supply is an issue. I don't think it would be, because those caps are pretty massive, but yeah, it's still pretty stable. All right. So that one is good. Beautiful. And what did I do with the other one? I don't remember. Oh, right down here. Okay. Module number 3. Let's do it. Oh. Only has two screws. Probably because I didn't know if it would work or not. So I just quickly put it back in. And another thing I really like about this setup are these really long cables I made. I don't know if you buy your own Euro-rack cables or not, but if you have a vise, you should definitely never buy another Euro-rack cable. They are ridiculously easy to make. You just need to sort of have some caution, sort of like Mylar Melody said. Same thing goes for store-bought ones. Just do a quick test to make sure that it's not shorting or anything before plugging it into like the Morphogene or something. Okay, so this one this one is a lower voltage because I modified it, I'm guessing. So VCO 2 0.47. notes. So I might do that to the other ones and see if it overall stabilizes all three of them, but we'll see. That's a different day. 4/6, 4/7. That seems to like 4/7. 4/8 if I crank up the pitch because it's sending out more voltage, but not too much. Yeah. Okay. And I wanted to test the MIDI MUSO, which is the MIDI to CV module. And actually, I'm going to start putting these things back real quick. So I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit, maybe give you some drums. First screw is definitely the most important. No, I'm not going to tighten these all the way until they're all in because it's pretty tight fit. Except for the MIDI MUSO. That one I messed up putting the screws in, so it's like slightly wonky compared to the rest. Another downside of wooden rails. Alright, let's put it in. Let's put it back in next. Make sure I don't fry it. Normally I do this stuff out in the workshop, aka a small corner of a garage, but I wanted to not change too many variables at once. It's also way worse when I'm doing this with the box upright. But whatever. Alright, uno más. And then we go to the MIDI MUSO. Look, I plugged in 3 in a row and didn't even explode any of them. That's like a record for me. I think I've fried 3 of them. Well, I've probably fried 1 3 different times, but you know. Tomato, tomato. Also like 50% sure I'm going to walk back and look at the chat and my voice is going to be too quiet. What I need to figure out is a way to see the chat while I'm over here because the computer is directly behind me and I'm sure I'm mostly covering up the camera so you can't actually see what I'm doing. Alright, let's see. Well, right now the audio is just the SEO2, so that one's pretty good most of the time. And It's just on this patch I really like. Yeah. We don't even need drums. Alright, let's see what you're at. MIDI so help if I put this in the right direction. See what I'm saying? None of these are that hungry. I don't think it's necessarily a lack of power issue. Oh, that's good. Yeah, every time I watch those recaps, I get frustrated because I think they sounded pretty good from my end. Alright, 0.65. Okay. Well, it's not the MIDI muso, so we can actually hook my friend back up and install him again. Or her. I don't really know why I gendered PCB. Whatever you want to be, buddy, you can be. Because I'm doing a lot of panel unscrewing and screwing, I broke out my fancy screwdriver that I usually reserve for fancier things, but it's got just the faintest amount of magnetism on it, which means I don't drop these screws as much as I usually do. Oh, another thing, 2 more things about wooden rails. You have to glue them down. Otherwise, they can like bend and do funny things, or if you screw, some people have had problems with them going above or below because they sort of move. And because you glued them down, they are like, it's not easy to swap them out if I needed to down the road. That's what I was gonna say. Okay. And should I measure anything else? What do you think? Magnets. Magnets. How do they work? Yeah. It's not a USB screwdriver. The mic's like attached to my face. Like it's let's see. It's like a customer service mic. I don't know if you can see me or not. And it's because I have this mic just because at work we do a lot of remote meetings, and this one in particular, this headset cuts out almost all background noise, including like construction and children crying or whatever the things are, dogs. Like, you hardly will hear them through this headset. But it does mean it's got to be in front of my face, and you'll probably hear heavy breathing because whatever, I breathe hard. I think I'm gonna put. What are you attached to, my friend? Did I unplug any of these things? You've got to plug in. Where did you go to? Huh. Mystery cable. Upside down LFO. I love just a little bit of glide, aka maybe a little reverb. Hey, thanks for not falling down, LFO. Good job. can change your camera angle, so maybe you can see things better. Is that it? I'm not just standing in front of it the whole time. As you can see, I don't have a lot of Euro rack as far as like the size goes and all that. So I don't know much about a lot of Euro rack modules. But somebody on the forums, Josh Crucifix, made this thing called a Euro rack playset, which is basically just a Cosmo format panel that you can attach some vector rails to, and so that's what I did right there. And holy heck, our Euro rack rail's pretty nice. I think if I make another, if I make a fourth case, I'll get some vector rails. Although I don't know if I can get them wide enough. Maybe so. We'll see. Like the rails I'm using are they're 80 centimeters wide. I don't know how many HP that is off the top of my head. Because again, don't spend that much time on Euro rack stuff yet. Screwing these things is always a little nerve-wracking because they're like slightly bendy. Because again, I made everything and nothing's the right angle. Because right angles are for people who are good at woodworking. That one doesn't want to go in. There might be some stuff behind there. I'll pull you out later, buddy. Well, this will be good enough. Okay, tighten these up. Also, since I have you held hostage, this top case is actually pretty rad. I built a little handle on top of it. Let's see if I'm zoomed out, but yeah, there's a handle I put on top so I can walk around like a suitcase, but I won't be walking around for a while with it. Which reminds me, do any of you play the ukulele and know of good ukulele resources? I guess it's ukulele. Gotta get that right. Getting there. A couple more panels, and it'll be go time. Did I install them upside down? Oh, phew. I was worried there for a second. I don't think I did. Yeah, okay, we're good. Not that it matters. Okay, next thing. Let's put the phone back in, huh? Ooh, no. Next thing is showing off the phone, but disconnecting this bit of sketchiness. I kind of strongly dislike protoboard because it's so flexy. Like, regular PCBs are not this flexy. Maybe that makes it more durable. Okay, last panel, and then I'll clean some stuff out of the way and we can make some sounds. I have an extra cable plugged in. I'm going to unplug you because you're not in use. That is the completely wrong way to unplug a cable. Okay, so we've got you. I guess he will be in use, so you know what? It's fine. I'll just get a longer cable. I actually have other stuff. Okay. There's like black spray paint on the rails because I was so excited about this thing. I don't even think I let the paint dry before I was messing with it. It's also a really hot day, and spray paint in particular doesn't like to dry or harden nicely if it's too hot. Seems good now, though. Oh, all right. Heck yeah. That's the first time that 4th screw has ever been in. I don't know, it just decided to line up today. So what do you like? I don't know what else to do as far as measuring stuff. I'm basically gonna drop that info on the forums and see if smarter people than me can give me some ideas as to what to do next. So what do you want to see? I could like demo some modules. I can make some sounds. What do you want to hear or see? Can't move the book yet because that's what's holding the GoPro up. Jam out, alright. That's all I need to hear. I think I'm going to move the GoPro over to the whatchamacallit because I really like it. Let's see. It's correct for what it should be displaying. Let's see. Because that's what it's going through. Let's do some zooming and cropping, huh? Oh, you'd like to hear what the actual song sounded like? I can make that happen. Alright. I'm gonna have to move some stuff a little bit because this is real sketch. You know what? BeatStep Pro can stay down there for a minute. I don't actually use it for anything right now other than to translate MIDI to C. What do I need to do? Better lights. Probably worse lights, actually. Alright, and I'm going to kill this real quick. The Squarp Pyramid is awesome. With the only complaint I have is when you're either loading or saving a song, it has to stop playing, which I don't like. So if I wanted to do like a live set or something, I'd have to do it all in when song or one track or like figure out like fills with other instruments or sequencers. But for now, we're going to start with this, which should sound like nothing right now because nothing is plugged in. And I feel like I need to plug in another thing. Okay, what are you? You are gate. Alright, let's get those back. I need to plug in the bottom case, and you'll see my ramp all now starts up about 70% of the time. Yes! Numbers are going up. Yeah, I can't transition. It's a little weird. Alright, so let's start with my favorite things. So, volts per octave, volts per octave, volts per octave, and I want to hit pause for a second so I can just hit one note. Oop, let's go there. Track channel, get it on the right channel. And when I made this song, when I made this track, what was I going to say? I don't remember. I'll get there. And you can see it's probably going to wig out again, but that's okay. Oh no, it's not too bad. It just needs a little tuning. Because I've been detuning it like crazy every time I change stuff. Like if I sequence it with the MIDI Muso, the voltage for in tune is a little bit different than the BeatStep Pro. So I have to just tune it for each one. And I could probably use that MIDI Muso again, but one thing, this is probably a little simpler since it's already sort of set up. Yes, alright, cool. I don't know what that's going to sound like, but it should be okay. Alright, next thing, grab more short cables, and I made some more short cables. And you go, let's see. Square wave, square wave, square wave. Square waves for everybody. And then let's do some PWM. Right, where do I want to do that? Maybe down over here, yeah. PWM. Cool. Cool. Now we need a Pwm source. Let's grab a whole bunch of these actually. Which is going to be the ADSR over here. Then what else do I need? You have a gate. You're going out to there. Oh, we want some pretty splashback. Let's do that in from here. Using my brand new sliced in half and made half as long cables. Flip that on, uninvert, put you on. And I could be wrong, but I think if I hit play, we'll have sound. We don't have sound. Why? What am I doing? Oh. Nothing. What's going on? You're out there. You're there. Seeing gate. I don't know what. It shouldn't be inverted. Oh, volume knob's down. That would do it. Nope, nope, that's not it. Did I forget to plug something back in? Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Let's use another short cable. Boring, but we'll get there. Just a second. Is this even the right song? Oh, something is out of tune. Okay, you're me, I'm out of tune. Someone was supposed to make this note a C. Now it should sound okay. Yeah, you gotta love it. What am I modulating the pulse width with? Okay, the pulse width is modulated with the envelope generator, the ADSR, the same ADSR that's controlling the gate, or I guess the volume, basically, not the gate. The inverse of it's pretty cool too, if I flip it, but that's a different sound, and I was gonna play with some Arpy stuff, I remember it. Behave just a little bit more. Close enough. I just have the oscilloscope listening to the modular channel. Yeah, they're green. They're like, let me look at the screen. They're like pretty close to what you're seeing. They're just a little bit greener in person, sort of like matrix code green. Almost, not quite, pretty close. It's pretty fun. I like when you get kind of seizure with it. You really slow it down, like an EKG. It's better with different waves, but these like to dance. So let's do some fun stuff. I'm gonna do this one. Listening to these on the worst possible headphones. So I maybe I will turn I'll just wear 2 sets of headphones. Why not? that answers my question. No, it's not. I use the monitors sometimes. I'm not going to use them right now because my significant other is doing some she's doing some hacking stuff. Hook that up in a bit. I don't even remember what I wrote for this one, so I'm going to guess that this is probably this. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that as good as I can, but I really like this sound. These aren't even the drums that I programmed for this one, I don't think. It's a person. It's a person with their hands over their head, cheering. It's whatever you need it to be. Alright, let's try this. If I remember right, when I hit this button, the tempo is going to change. A little better, so I'm going to actually copy that. Go back over to this one. Make a new one. Second paste. drums are the drum boot impacts. This friend over here on the oscilloscope. Oh, here, let me make it less seizure-y. Gotta remember, I don't want people that like to have seizures. Just the way the delay sounds. It's this guy right here, triple splashback, which is three PT2399s all in, feeding into each other and sort of playing off each other in that fun but mum no computer sort of way. So that way it's like a real metallic. Yeah, it's the drum brute impacts. That's right there. My dog came in. He doesn't usually like cameras. I don't know why. I think it's the cables. Alright. Too unwieldy. Let's put you back. Stuck? Can you not fit through that? You can fit through it. Alright. Dog's telling me it's time for food, but he's already eaten twice today. He's good. Let's see. Should we hook up the ramble? Yeah, let's do that. Not the ramble. I'm gonna hook up the other Simon the Magpie inspired module. It's an ears module with a spring door stopper attached to it. I made it just for all the cats that I don't have. You can see it does some fun stuff. This question is, does this need some heavy drums or some heavy Furbies? So I'm hooking stuff up. You tell me. Let's do this one. Pretty proud of my short cables that I just made, because I think Furbies might be nice for the phone. I'm already out of short cables again, so I'm going to need to make some more. And so now what I'm doing is changing this to be pitch modulated. So if I play a drum, which I'll do in just a sec, once I set the correct channel, I think you're the right channel. Let's see. That's working. You missed all the magic smoke. There was a very small amount of magic smoke. Yeah, it's cosmic. There's always magic smoke. So no one ever told me whether they wanted Furbies or more drums, so I'm just gonna use these. It was probably too small for the camera, but basically I shorted the power supply. The alligator clips I was using had some burnt rubber on them. I have some Furbies in there, yeah. Let's see. Let's turn this off for a second. I think it's P2. Let me remember that because I actually like that one. If I remember right, I put the Furbies under F. So bad at your let's try I don't know if that's Furbies. Where did I put my Furbies? Oh no, they're under L for Sam. Yeah, that's a Furby. This is the Rample right here. It's one of the 3 Euro rack modules I have. This is just blank to fill up space, but it plays samples. But my favorite thing about it, and the reason I got it, and didn't make sort of my own sampler with the wave trigger, which I still might do, is that if I drop the samples in and format them right, it'll play like on one of the sample tracks. It'll play randomly through the samples, which I really like. I'll demo that first on the photo. So you see what I'm saying? Oh man, I'd love some actual Furbies. They're so expensive. They're way down on my list of things to get. So I'm just gonna drop in some Furbies, huh? Oh, not that one. That wasn't bad. Okay, so now we have some Furbies, right? And we have this hooked up. And let me make sure Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely join the Discord. That's where everyone helps me with my broken stuff that it turns out wasn't broken. Oh yeah, Zorch. Rad. Hold on a sec, I gotta beat Space Invaders on my synthesizer. I did not hit record, but I think it automatically records. And because this isn't so bad, I think maybe Schmoosher could not delete this one. Let's make this low. Oh, I see what's going on. You're too much. Should I, what do I say? What's next? Oh yeah, turn that on. Might as well use it. Let's see. Yeah, the Furbies are great, especially on a DS. I don't know what this is gonna sound like, but I don't know why I'm typing, I can just talk. Wrong button. Let's make some prettier things in the oscilloscope, shall we? So let's see if I remember right, it is which one? I wonder if panning is very specific. Yeah, it's gonna have to wait for another day. This might be fun to add to this. So let's get some long cables. Let's see. Squeeze me. I'm just gonna guess by feel. I don't think so. I think it's 1 or 2. I don't know, real quick. Plug it in to a mult. Out of those things. Oh, there's one. There's one. Nope, wrong one. For sure, that would be the clock out. I just can't see back there anymore. But you know what? We can use a different machine. May not have audio out yet, but we'll have a click out. That hooked up awkwardly. Let's get a longer cable actually. So I want to hook up the bit ranger. I think it might make some nice contrast to the melody. And to do that, I usually like to have a clock out, which is tighter than this clock out because it's good for the LFOs too, which I'm not using enough of. Let's see, clock in. There's a stupid swag sign up there on top of stuff. It theoretically lights up, and I haven't figured out anything better to say with it. Maybe wags, because I have a dog, but that's still like just as bad as swag. In the meantime, let's see what we saw. Gotta have one in here for sure. There's one. Last one. Okay, now I want to plug you into. My memory fails me. Alright, here's a question. What do y'all do to remember what your patch pay connections are? Everything theoretically lights. With enough effort, everything can light up. Yeah, I was right. I should have just followed my heart. This one might be an interesting one for the oscilloscope, so let's do that. Cure B and slowly crank you up. Sorry, this one's pretty wild, so it'll take me a few seconds to make it pleasant. Let's see what you look like when I send you out through this. How's this one? What are you coming in? Hearts, okay. gonna die. There's too many cables. I don't know. I don't think this is working. Usually I like this thing, but it's a little rough right now. Actually, spoke too soon. Just slightly off. Let's see if I can see that. A little bit of spread. It's not as hard pan, but okay. I'm running out of ideas for this one, so more Furbies. I was thinking of playing with some oscillator stuff, if anyone's into that. Like hard panning the modular and making some stuff on some pretty pictures on the oscillator, or oscilloscope is what I'm trying to say, on that machine. Or I can just randomly pick another thing that I made and don't remember and see how it goes. What do we have? Let's see what Hernando sounds like. I have no idea what Hernando is, but it's got a good name. Let's maybe not start with everything playing, because who does that? Let's start with, looks like I need a bass, and I'm going to need to correct this channel. And this one also. And I'm sorry about the hum, so I'll turn that off for just a second. And, well, I guess not that long. Let's see what the top one sounds like. Very velvety right now. almost Furby-like, one might even say. I guess I've been on an ARP bench lately. So, let's hook up the bass, huh? Let's see. Probably voltage primitive. Yes, almost in tune. This is actually my best tuner right here, my best, not tuner, oscillator, because I actually remembered to use the right resistors on the first try. Let's make this more mellow. Yeah, with longer delay. And I think we're going to jack one of those oscillators for the bottom bass. As everybody knows, unsynchronized oscillators sound pretty rad. Alright, what am I doing with this? Right, all the way over to number 1. You've already got a friend. Let's put you over number 2. I don't know what you're for yet. Oh, I have a short one. I have some short ones I can use. Do I do PWM? Yes. Let's do PWM. Pulse width modulation. But first, let's actually hook this one up so it makes right sounds. Can you tell I like buffered molds? Now, I'm going to hook you up here, and I'm going to run some long cables. Save that off for a second. Sure. You can't hear it, but the heater just turned on. And it's very loud. Oh yeah, hey. Let me, hey Christian, let me shut it down. I'm happy to let the next person hop in. Let me just see what this sounds like. Cool. No sound yet. For the finale, I'm just gonna hook this up to the bass, so you get some fun, sort of. Normally, oh, wrong thing. Gotta plug all stabs. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, I'm calling it so the next person can jump in. I've been going for too long. Alright.